Hello, and welcome to Cloud Data Management Does Your Data Play Nice? I'm Paul Lewis, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Pythian. I've been doing this for a long time, 25 years operating IT in financial services, in media, and healthcare. I also talk to hundreds of CIOs and CTOs and CSOs and CMOs talking about their strategies and how technologies affect their go-forward digital transformation plans. What's this thing about data we keep hearing about, and where is it? Data exists in several different places in my corporation. Of course, it exists in my traditional data center where most of my applications might sit. I might have created an automated private data center. I might have deployed to a managed third party for archiving and data recovery. I might have used a third party for management services to implement skill sets I don't currently have. I deploy workloads to the cloud and I consume from the public cloud. I might have a hybrid deployment where I have workloads that cross both my private data center and my public cloud offerings. And of course, the newest of deployment patterns, the edge, where I have applications and analytics at the branch and at the warehouse and at the manufacturing portal. I have a whole bunch of data that exists inside my network and outside of my network, and applications and data that span. And that's okay. That's the future. So, how do I solve this data problem? There are lots of different data technologies. The landscape is enormous, hundreds and thousands of applications and in dozens of categories. And I don't, as an individual IT shop, have that skill set to fully appreciate what it means to solve those problems with each one of those technologies. I need ecosystems of partnerships for technology, for data, for information, and for talent. I need to look outside of my organization to add skill sets inside my organization to solve some of these problems. From a strategic perspective, why? Because there's unlocked value in my organization. It might be shadow data in the depths of those applications. It might be purposely locked data because I have security boundaries between one line of business or the other. Or I might have a whole bunch of copies of data that I don't really know whether the archival information is important to me. Pythian spends a good portion of our time looking at that information, helping for that, find some success, those nuggets of gold in that big pot that you have. But what's the strategy to support that? We know you spend a good portion of your time creating a on-premise data warehouse, connecting your first-party systems, your ERP, your CRM, your other ecosystem technologies inside your organization. You've connected that, you've created insights, you have management information reports to support that, even dashboards to make that happen. But in order to create some interesting digital insights, I have to add second party and third party information, data that exists outside of my organization. So I need to look at integration patterns in things like the cloud. I also want to have access to innovative technologies that only the cloud hyperscalers can create. Things like machine learning and AI, and even complete data marketplaces to support creating new insights, new nuggets of gold I wouldn't have found in the past. I have to look at my operational technologies, my transformational technologies, and my governance technologies, and the associated operational data and transformational data and governance data to find those new interesting insights. But it's not just a data technology problem. Of course, it's a cloud technology problem. If I'm creating a new strategy, it's way less about cloud first or cloud only. It's much more about cloud native or cloud agnostic. Do I go all in a single hyperscaler and use all of the native services available to me with the architectural patterns supplied for them? Or do I look at an agnostic approach where I get the best of breed with each one of those services and ensure that I can migrate any one individual application or any one individual data across those hyperscalers to use all the fundamental technologies that might exist in third parties or in the primary vendors themselves? Now, it's different per buyer. The average business buyer is going to look like a SaaS technology. They want to go all in a single ERP in the cloud. An application developer will want to implement a platform as a service, so they have access to those new innovative secure coding guidelines, automation with DevOps. And the infrastructure teams tend to look at the infrastructure as a service deployment, sometimes bare metal, all the way to the automation of the infrastructure runbooks. It's a cloud native versus cloud agnostic conversation. These new decisions are making me look at a complete cloud data management strategy. I have a whole bunch of sources inside my organization, primary core databases that need to connect to primary core data warehouses. I need to have access to all of those other application databases, whether it's at the edge, a single or multiple clouds. I might have multiple data warehouses and data lakes I need to support access to. And then, of course, access outside of my organization into the second party and third party data. I need to look at the applications and data into the several R's of architectural design. Do I repurpose? Do I take the data out of the data center and put it into a cloud native store? Do I replatform? Do I completely recode these applications into a cloud native architecture? Do I refactor? Do I take the blob information out of a database and put it into a data lake context in a cloud? Do I rehome? Do I take and shift this database and put it into complete bare metal services in that environment? And we've had lots of examples of all of those architectural design patterns. We've been doing this for a while, 25 years, and we have great examples of moving manufacturing services company from SQL to Postgres in the cloud, or a telematics organization moving from SQL Server to Spanner because they have a very spread out, very highly multi-geographical deployment, or an online specialty realtor that's looking for their web commerce shift into something more automated and more available, or an international pizza chain moving their Oracle database to a Postgres database, the obvious open source alternative to an Oracle deployment. We've been doing this for 25 years. We have 450 high talented individuals across 30 countries, 500 customers globally. We've been a long-term partner with Google, including the Google Partner of the Year as of most recent. Our services span the entire data management deployment, from consulting on data strategy to the actual operating of your database within your environment, to creating cloud data platforms, creating insights and machine learning from those platforms, being able to access and managing the core systems like ERP environments, all sitting on top of automated DevOps, cloud apps, secure landing zones. We can do all of this to make that new data available for you, create new value insights out of your core assets sitting in your environment and in the cloud environment for your third-party data. If you'd love to hear more information, you can contact me directly or go to pythian.com for more information. Thank you.